Not one person thought that Alabama was going to lose to Vandy, right? Vandy, came into this game 2-2. They lost to Georgia State earlier this year, which Georgia State's a decent team. But the things I'm about to read to you are almost unbelievable. This is what it would take for Vandy to win this game. Um, I knew a few of them, but then as I started going through all of them, I was like, wow. So, first thing we'll start with, and we'll get a little more as we go. Alabama never led in this game, now which is already a crazy stat. Usually Alabama starts hot, and they usually get up on you. Vandy was able to do a very good job of stopping the ball. Bama rushed for 84 yards when they've been averaging over 200 every game. Another crazy stat: Vandy's defense holding your run game. That was crazy to me. Vanderbilt had no turnovers, no fumble, no interception, no fumbles given up, no interceptions. Great game by the quarterback. Here's another crazy stat: the quarterback, Mr. Diego for Vanderbilt, and their running back, Alexander, combined for 40 rushes. Like, one had 21, the other had 19. Um, Quarterback running back duo, that's a little crazy. Which a lot of the quarterbacks, Diego's, his runs were scrambles. So we saw that. Very good scrambling quarterback. That's another crazy stat. The quarterback had 20 rushes. And we're used to seeing that from the Bama side of this. Anyways, let's move on. Vanderbilt, 12 of 18 on third down to Bama's 3 of 6. 12 of 18, 18 third downs for Vanderbilt to 6 third downs for Bama. And I know you're like, oh, well, if you're getting first downs on first and second down, you won't have a third down. I get it. I'm just saying that's a crazy, crazy stat. Time of possession: Alabama had 18 minutes in this game with the ball in their hands to Vanderbilt's 42 minutes. 42 minutes. Like, all of these are just boom, mind blowing, right? Mind blowing. Um, Milrow was 19 to 25 for 312 yards, one touchdown, one interception. Ryan Williams, the wide receiver, the electric wide receiver, had 82 yards receiving. A big chunk of that came towards the end of the game when he went up and had basically a great catch. Ended up taking off for a touchdown. I think might have been 60 of that 82 yards. Um, Mr. Milrow in the first half was 6 of 10 for, like, I think it was 90 yards, 91 yards. No touchdowns. That was in the first half. He comes out in the second half hot, 4 of 4 in the first drive for 53 yards passing. It's pretty good. And then just, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know how they get so hot, or they get hot and then it's like he just drops off. The inability to sustain against a team like Vanderbilt, to me, is crazy. Vanderbilt's quarterback, 16 of 20, 252 yards, 2 touchdowns. It's very good. Oh, he had 121 yards. Him and the running back combined 121 yards, 2 touchdowns rushing. They had one receiver with over 100 yards. I think DeBoer just got his taste of the SEC. Everybody talks about you got to play week to week in the SEC. You don't really have any off weeks. And I think that's what you got. I think it was a huge, huge hangover for them after beating Georgia, the emotional win, and then feeling like they could just kind of waltz into this game and it would take care of itself. And Vanderbilt came to play. And that's what happens when you are one of the best teams in the nation. Bama's not terrible. I'm not going to get on here and say, oh, you lost to Vanderbilt, you're a terrible team. No, Alabama is a great team. Vanderbilt just played a heck of a game. But it wasn't just Vanderbilt playing a heck of a game. It was Bama helping them out. And that stat, the main one on here, 42 minutes of possession for Vanderbilt to Bama's 18, that's over all of it. You don't have to force a turnover to win a game, it helps. But time of possession is everything. And that's what Georgia fans, as we lead into this Georgia versus Auburn review as well, that's what we struggle with. That is why Georgia fans are so upset with the way that the offensive play calling has been. And I don't care whether it's Bobo, whether it's Kirby. I know, and I know Bobo gets blamed for it. You hear me blame him a lot. But we struggle in the first half. We struggle to get going. It's like we're nervous. It's like we don't know what to do. We don't know how to start. We got to get a feel for the other team. Other teams don't do that. Other great teams don't do that. They go out there and they punch you in the mouth. They don't wait to get punched and see how you're going to punch them. They go out there and they punch you. And I think that goes for any sport. Any sport out there, you can't be hesitant. You can't be laid back and expect to just all of a sudden ramp it up when you need to. That's really tough. The same way that Alabama laid back and Georgia started scoring a bunch of points, and then Alabama couldn't ramp that up to stop them. And Georgia ended up taking the lead. Now, granted, they ended up getting the lead back, but it took that. It took Georgia scoring. Mr. Beck, 23 of 29, 240 yards, 2 touchdowns. Thought he had a pretty good game, especially in the second half, like always. But he's becoming a better reader of the ball. He's becoming a better going through his progressions. When that first read isn't there and he's eyeing it down, he understands. He's quickly able to just move on and go, okay, it's not there. Let me look. Boom, he's wide open, and he has the arm to be able to get it to him quick. And that's something I like that he's doing. He's using his arm more. He's using his talents. That's the whole intangibles deal. Like, he's using his strengths to his advantage. Auburn's quarterback went 16 to 27 for 200 yards. The running back for them had 97 yards, which is pretty good. Hunter, he had 97 yards. Thought he had a really good game. ETN for us, 88 yards, 2 touchdowns. I am not a big fan of us running the ball up the middle the way we do. Other teams do a very good job of hitting different holes, hitting different gaps, whether it's the 2, 4, 6, 8 or the 1, 3, 5, 7. They hit those holes. They do a good job of going in motion to get linebackers in zone to maybe take a step or two one way, and they either go the opposite way or they go that way. They just get them moving. The offensive line does a good job of reach blocking or blocking down. We just run the ball at the middle. And what I saw today was our running backs getting adjusted to how the play call is. Branson, he's still kind of getting there, but whenever ETN's getting the ball at the middle, and Frazier, he does a good job at it because he is a very good cut. He's a cutback. You call him one of he's not Todd Gurley-ish as far as one cut back. I'm not comparing him to Todd Gurley, but Todd Gurley was a one cut back. Sony Michel was a one cut back. Those guys that can put their foot in DeAndre Swift can put their foot in the dirt, boom, take one move, that little one juke, and then they're out. They're going for as many yards as they can get. Nate Frazier does really well with this run the ball, the middle type offense, because he gets to choose where he wants to go. I saw ETN adjust to it and dominate today's game. He didn't just try to hit the 1 or the 3 or the 2 or the 4. He was getting the ball and he was juking to whichever side he wanted to go. I saw him hit the 7. I saw him hit the 8. I saw him hit the 2, the 4. That's great to see. The fact that is not explained, though, and we're having to see our players get adjusted to it, that's not good. That's not good that it's not explained, because if it's not explained beforehand, that means you're not prepared. If you're not prepared, you look how we do in the first half of every single game this year except Tennessee Tech. It is what it is, and that's okay. Hey, we got to get there somehow. We don't have to win the championship right now, but we need to get there eventually, and it looks like we're taking those steps. I'm happy. I'm good. Georgia, 8 of 14 on third down, 2 of 2. 100% on fourth down. So I'm really happy about that. The only thing is, we are committing more penalties this year than we have in the past. We had 7 today for 85 yards. Of course, you can say it's unacceptable. It is. But it's going to affect us in big games, especially tight games. So I want to see that. But either way, happy that Carson was able to show the progression ability. I think that's good. I think the running backs are showing that. I am just not a big fan of run it up the middle, and then when there's a 2-yard loss, automatically go into a little bubble screen or a hitch pass, because teams are expecting it. And they expect it so much that you saw Bobo actually run a play action off of the hitch screen and throw it deep. And I was like, thank goodness. Now, I think we dropped the pass on that, but it was just great to see us take that next step. Let teams expect it. Be predictable and hit them when they're expecting it, when they're predicting it. So being unpredictable while being predictable, it's being a good offensive coordinator. So I love Clemson's offensive coordinator. Like I said, I've told plenty of Clemson fans I'm so jealous. That dude dials up great game plans. He might not have played good against us, but that was one game out of their season compared to 5 games for us. So anyways, that's it. Great game from Vandy. Congratulations on your win over Bama. Georgia, keep rolling. Let's see how we do as the season goes on. So anyways, go Dogs. I'll see you guys later. Like this if you will, and I'll see you guys later.